Hey, what's going on, guys? So we're back again. Actually, what I have to work on is this audio. I went back and I listened to the audio, and we we had so much noise coming in on the video that I wanted to make sure that I took care of that. It wasn't about the gate or the compression. It was just too much audio coming in from maybe even my the fume extractor. We'll see though. I'm trying to go back to the video, see if I can pull it out. I don't know why it's so hard for me to find myself when I'm live. I guess maybe it's just part of the algorithm, making sure that you're not just see if I can find myself here. I just want to check the sound. Okay, all right, here we go. All right, so I just want to make sure that I can hear myself. Okay, all right, here we go. All right, so I just want to make sure that I can hear myself. All right, I'm hearing a lot of feedback. All right, so I just want to make sure that I can hear myself. All right, I'm hearing a lot of feedback. All right, so I just want to make sure that I can hear myself. All right, I'm hearing a lot of feedback. All right, so I just want to make sure that I can hear myself. All right, I'm getting a lot of feedback. All right, so I just want to make sure that I can hear myself. All right, I'm getting a lot of feedback. All right, so I'm still getting sound from it. So okay, so there we go. I think we got it fixed. So here we go. I think we got it fixed. So here we go. I think we got it fixed. So here we go. I think we got it fixed. Okay, let me see if I just turn up the noise suppression. Let's see how well that works. Suppression. It's better, but it gives a little hissing. It's better, but it gives a little hissing. So I'm trying to. So I'm trying to. Like, I don't even know where that sound is coming from. Like, I don't even know where that sound is coming from. Like, I don't even know where that sound is coming from. like that high pitched noise. Okay. 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 So that high pitched sound is coming from my AC unit. It seems like. So that high pitched sound is coming from my AC unit. It seems like. So that high pitched sound is coming from my AC unit. It seems like. So that high pitched sound is coming from my AC unit. It seems That's very annoying. That's very annoying. That's driving me like crazy. Okay, is that better? Okay, is that better? Yeah, so now that I have the AC off, I don't have that feedback. So I don't, I guess whatever the frequency of the AC is. Now that I have the AC off, I don't have that feedback. So I don't, excuse me. I guess whatever the frequency of the AC is, I have the AC off, I don't have that feedback. Okay, so we're going to keep that off for now, and we're going to go ahead and let's restart our camera, and we should be good. Okay. All right, there we go. So we restarted our camera. So let's move on with this video. So we found out what's making that sound over and over again. We took care of that. Let's move on with this video. So what I want to do first is test for power. I don't really care if the HDMI port is broken. I just want to make sure that this light comes on. And it doesn't just immediately shut off or anything like that. So we're seeing it turn on. That's good, okay? To me, this is a working console, okay? Regardless of what happens, we just have to try to resolve whatever happens after this. But in my opinion, it's a working console, okay? So you've seen me work on that iPad. It's right here still. I did remove the battery, so now we're waiting for a new battery. It should be here tomorrow. We'll install the new battery and we'll go from there. Unfortunately, sometimes that happens. You can damage a battery and you have to replace it. It's just part of the job. Replace it, move on. Like I said before in the previous video, if it's something that I realize I need to fix, and the option is to either buy a board or something like that, to fix it, I will go out and buy the board to fix it. I prefer that, or not prefer. Oh wow, this LCD is also bent, so we got to be very careful when putting that back. Um, I'd rather do that and get a job well done from the customer than sit and have, you know, like a console or something like that that just needs, like, let's say a motherboard. It's a motherboard repair. I can't fix it because it's a CPU issue. Um, I quote accordingly that if I have to replace the board, uh, I tell the customer like, hey, you know, I have to replace the board. This is how much it costs. So when I quote, I try to account for that. It's just something that I've learned over the years is to account for the like almost like account for the uncountable kind of deal, which is like it's weird to say. Um, but most people go into these repairs and not expecting the worst. They're always expecting the best. Uh, I expect these consoles that I'm getting in or devices that are like that one that's bent or something like that. I expect things to be really bad inside. So I'm always prepared for that. So I quote according to that. Some I will tell the customer like, hey, it's probably cheaper to just buy the board and I'll put the board in than trying to fix some devices. If that's the case, then I'll still, you know, let them know that's still accounting for that. So I'll let them know like, hey, it's, you know, we're probably better off just buying a board for this and just getting this repair done than trying to, you know, fix something that I know is going to end up being just a pain and it's not going to be an easy fix and so on and so forth. Like I said before, I am not the best at this. Um, but with that being said, because of the way I quote and the work that I do at the end of the day, customers are really happy with my work. Okay. So you just got to think about that if you're all over my shop. You just got to think about that if you're getting into this business is, you know, things can go really wrong and you always have to account for it when you're taking on a job. You know, and kind of see that like in other industries, like a mechanic, you know, a mechanic goes inside your car and doesn't really know what's going on. He changes a part, he charges you for it, changes another part, charges you for it, and it just keeps going down. Before you know it, you owe the mechanic like $3,500, and out of the $3,500, realistically was only one part that you needed. The mechanic charged you all that. I don't do that, but that's kind of accounting for it. Except for the mechanic didn't tell you like, hey, this could go upwards of $3,500. The mechanic will tell you, oh yeah, it's like $500. He goes in there, go to repair something, damages it, doesn't tell you, or he just replace parts until he finds what's wrong with it, and then sends you a bill, and you're like, whoa, wait, you know, I didn't know it was going to cost this much, kind of deal. I've experienced that before with my car, and it wasn't fun. Some people say, you know, that's a ripoff, but I mean, it's problem solving. Maybe he doesn't have a computer to hook up to the car to tell him exactly what's wrong with it. And sometimes the computer will give you misinformation or it gives you the correct information. You just went to the wrong spot. And are you going to take responsibility for it? In most cases, yes. Like this battery, I'll take responsibility for this battery and replace it. That's no problem. So account for that when you quote someone to repair their device. Account for it, what could go wrong, how much you're gonna have to come out of pocket for it if something goes wrong. For instance, the LCD. If you go in to remove the glass and break the LCD, what is it gonna cost you? You know, to replace that LCD. You know, like I have like that one that I showed you, the LCD is bent in the middle of it. So when I go to put it back together, I'm just gonna be real careful before I tighten up those screws to make sure that
I'm not over tightening them because that screen is bent and it's going to take some time for it to, bent back into shape. So I will just slowly put those screws in and just kind of let them take some time to set in place. Okay, we are going to take out all the screws out the bottom of this. I'm not showing this on video, how to take this apart. If you guys do want to see that, I always say to leave a comment below, let me know, and that way I can make a video specifically on how to take these apart. I don't like to waste a lot of time, in my live videos to show how I take these things apart, because then that takes, some of the time. And usually I don't have people in here that's gonna sit here for an hour watching me take these things apart, whatever. They probably don't even. Right now, at my way, currently, I don't think I have that many viewers watching live. I have people that watch the videos after they've been posted, which I'm okay with. Um, I don't mind it. Eventually, it'll build. You just got to keep going. But for now, when it gets to that point, and if I have people in the live stream that's saying, "Hey, show me how to take it apart or whatever," then I'll do that. Um, I like to help others learn, and maybe in turn, I can learn from them also, because I don't know it all, and I'm still learning till the day I die. I'm still learning. So, I mean, realistically, I don't even have to remove this clamp either, but I am going to remove it without pinching my hands. At least try not to. Okay, got one clip. For some reason, I always get the dusty, dirty consoles. I don't know why that is. I just feel like I'm the only one that get them. Everybody else get these nice, clean consoles. They don't have to worry about all this mess. Okay. All right. So we do have the console taken apart, and we are currently ready to remove the HDMI port. So yet again, this is another HDMI port replacement. I have done multiple videos on these, but here goes another one. It is a different console, but they're pretty much all the same. Once you get the general idea of how to replace them, pretty much can replace them all. Just make sure that so the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X ports look identical. Uh, there's a difference because I believe the Series S HDMI port is shorter than the Series X. So the S, so here I have both of them. I have the S and I have the X. And yep. So let me show you guys this real quick. I mean, you can cut this down to size if you want to, if you feel the need to. I should go ahead and order some more of these while I'm here. So if you look at these, you can see the difference already. So this, let me show you. What is that? What is this? What is this, man? What is this? What do we have here? Okay. We have no image coming from this camera, which is connected up over here. Maybe I'll close this down and that will help bring back the image. Nope, still nothing. So we have that one, but we don't have this one. All right, let's close this window and reopen it and see if that solves that issue. I don't get it. Okay, there we go. All right, so when we look underneath this microscope, let me show you guys that. So let's see if we can get both of them here. So if you look, you notice that this is shorter. So if I line it up, immediately you can see that there's a little bit more on this. So this is the Series X, and this one is the Series S, okay? So let's go ahead and let's pull this port and get the new port in place. Max heat, max airflow, and go. Okay, we're gonna switch to the other camera, which is right above my desk, and we'll move the microscope over like that. That way you guys can see that. Oh, nope, you guys can't see that yet. Let me turn off this light too. Okay, there you go. Okay. So I know you guys can see that now. So let's just get some heat on this board and for this one, it probably is a lot easier to. Oh, this thing is still on. I never turned it off. I keep forgetting about that iron. It's gonna eventually die because I keep forgetting to turn it off. And there we go. We got that port out. Set it over there. I thought this was on. Nope. Okay, well that's good. I thought I forgot again. Okay, so we're just gonna heat up these holes and we'll get the solder out of them. There we go. I think the only thing I don't like about using it's when you press the button, I think it should be a lot softer, and that way it doesn't feel like components are going to get knocked off the board. That's what I'm always afraid of, is when I press that button, a component getting knocked off the board because of how it kind of snaps. Okay, so you can, if you want to, add some solder first before you start wicking away the old solder. I'm not going to. I just cleaned it off, and that's it. And I will now come with my so all of this is all cleared. You can clean these also, and they will help the actual, or what I'm going to do is, instead of cleaning them away, I'm going to lower the melting temperature of them by adding a lower melting temperature solder to these pads. So when I go to kind of reflow it back on, or reflow the port back in place, I already lowered the temperature of these. Okay, just like that. We'll go ahead and we'll clean that area which I took the alcohol out of here already. At least two of the bottles I've already taken out of here. I'm like slowly like, eventually there'll be no solder in here because I took them all out like a goof. Okay, that looks good to me. Okay, and our new solder, our new port. I just really focus on it. Looks like there's already solder on it. That's funny. It looks like it, but I'm not sure. I still just go back over it with my own just to make sure. If you're wondering what soldering iron I'm using, like I said, you can write in the comment section and I will get you all that information. I'd like to know, is anybody else on here tired of getting these spam calls? Like anybody? Anybody that watches these videos, are you tired of those spam calls? Like this is not an ad or anything like that. I'm just like I'm literally just working and it seems like they never stop. Like these people don't sleep. It doesn't matter how many times you ignore their phone call, they're gonna keep calling. And you'd think by now, like there'd be some kind of rule in place to stop it. That way, if you really do have, bill collectors calling you, you might answer to pay your bills. It's like you don't even want to answer, even if it's like a bill collector, because you're just thinking like it's these people that's trying to sell you something from, overseas. So you just didn't even bother answering. I don't know. That's just very weird to me. Very very weird that nobody has done. The government hasn't done anything to, you know, these companies. Nothing at all. They just keep calling. Okay. So then we'll put some solder on this side of the board also, filling these holes, and then we'll come back and we will reflow this entire thing at a lower temperature. And that should get it all sorted out. So it looks rough right now, and that's okay. That's what you want. You want that rough look at first. Okay. So there we go. We got that rough look going. We'll add some flux to this whole thing again. And then we'll lower the temperature. So we're at 355 with an airflow of, we're going to do 80. So remember that 355 airflow is 80. Okay, and I was able to move it, and then I just kind of put it back in place, and that's my indication of this thing is soldered in place. Once I move it, goes back in place, we're good. Okay, let's check this, the back side of this port, and see how it looks. All these pins, that one is not connected. So that's what you're really looking for. That one is not connected. That one is connected, but I want to shift it over a little bit. So I'm going to get a smaller tip and connect it to my iron. And I'm going to shift this one over just a little bit. And there, that's good. Okay, which one? That one. So this one right here. Okay, so what we have to do is, or what I have to do is press down like this, and then my iron. And there we go. Because some of these, if you, I don't know if you guys noticed, before I started soldering these in place, you could see that some of them were already like kind of like kinked up, so they're kind of bent upwards. So it does make it a little bit harder when you're soldering them because they're already up off the board. I like to, this one right here, that one is good, that one is good, good. That's better. That's that, see, sometimes this is how I have to do it. Like I said, I am no professional, but sometimes, so this is how I have to do it. Where it's, I'm kind of moving the pin out of the way and then coming back with the iron to help solder get underneath the pin and getting everything done. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. All right, so we'll just go ahead and clean up. And like I said before, you don't have to use this flux remover. I like to use it. Not something that's necessary though for this repair at all. Trust me, I did this without this for years, and there's still people that do it right now without it. And their repairs are actually better than mine, so you don't need it. I'm using it because I have it. Will I buy it again? Yes. It's just kind of part of my routine. And then over here on this backside, right, you can see that I didn't melt any of this plastic, which is good. That's always a good sign. That one is kind of flat. It's okay. It doesn't have to be, you know, dome shaped like these other ones. None of them have to be dome shaped as long as you have solder on both sides. Meaning if I turn it over here and I look, where is that? Right there. You can see that there's solder in the holes and it's filled. Okay, that's what you want. You don't want to see any gap between. So if I seen a gap here, that would tell me that it's there's no solder on the actual panel. Okay, and we are going to go ahead and we're going to put some thermal paste on here. I'm not going to clean the old stuff. I'm just going to add some on. Like I said, the real professionals would have got all that stuff off and clean it up and make it perfect again. I am not a professional. Okay? Just so you guys are aware. So if you want to, there's plenty of people out there that are actual, you know, way better at this than me. You can watch their videos and you will learn something. You can watch my video, you'll learn something also. You'll learn a lot more from them than you would from me. But regardless, just trying to spread the information that I've gathered over the years on repairing these so that somebody else that might be feeling, you know, like they can't do it because they watch all these guys that are really, really good at it. They can watch me, somebody that's not really, really good at it, and feel confident that if this goofball can do it, then they can do it. And that's just the truth, you know. If I can do it, I believe that a lot of people can. It just takes time and practice. And be organized. Be organized so that you're not like me falling. Can't find out where you put anything or remember where you put anything. You're organized, you can, and that in this business that will get you along the way, get you real far if you're organized. Like I said, I'm learning this at like a later stage of this industry, but it's okay. I don't give up too easily. That's why I'm here. All right, and what else are we looking for? Let's put the screws in the bottom of this. And the black screws there at the bottom, and the screws on the side that holds the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth and the power button and all that stuff, those are all the same size screws. So no need to stress if you get them mixed up. They're all the same screws. You just take one and just put it in, okay? I still need to figure out why this AC is making that humming noise. It's probably on this last leg. I don't know. I've had this since the hurricane. I built out this little workshop for myself, and it's been doing good as far as a place that I can work from on things like this, which you need like a location with, you know, your tools and so on and so forth to work on. It's really been really, really good to have something like this. I really need to get my other vacuum or put the attachments on this one so that I can clean up these boards a little bit better. I don't know where the brush tip is now. I must have threw it somewhere. Because that would really, really help to... Something else I have to look for now is the brush tip for slow vacuum here. Which is already like a mess. that thing is handy. That's one thing I can say. I have one inside for my computer. If I need to clean it up, or whenever we go through our cleaning on all the computers, we use that thing, and it comes in. It's so clutch. Because if not, then you have to buy one of those like those little vacuums, or those canisters, the cans that you buy. Those are also good, but this I don't have to worry about refilling. Just charge it up and you're good to go. Every few days you just need a not even every few days, maybe like once a month, if that. You just go ahead and charge it up and you're good to go again. Okay, so like I said, we're not going to go through the whole assembly process here. We're going to do the very minimum and then we will test it. That's what I like to do, is just the bare minimum, test, and show you guys what's going on here. And just in case I run into any other issues, I can show you guys that I have a little bit of problem solving skills. Not too much, just a little bit, and it's enough to solve most of these issues that I've ran into with these consoles and so on and so forth. Put a few more screws in. And the next time I do repair PS5, I'm going to show you guys a few things that I figured out about those consoles that will really help you guys if you're. So I think because of how sensitive the mic is, that's why it's picking up all of this feedback. There we go. Maybe that will help a little bit. I mean, it was fine, but I need the AC on. If you leave it off for too long in here, it gets hot. Especially right now, I think it's like 95 degrees. I'm in Florida. We've been having like crazy heat. I mean, don't get me wrong, we get nice, beautiful sunshine here, but right now it's beautiful, but it's just hot. I don't want to be a complainer about the weather, you know, because I mean, most people are never happy with whatever the weather is. It's either too hot, too cold, it's just, like, what are you gonna do? Stop complaining. Just enjoy it for what it is. Okay, and we're almost finished. And then after we're finished, we will go to the gym, work out for a little bit, and maybe we'll do some more uploading. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll make another video tonight. Maybe not. I mean, I think I did 3 live videos today. They were spread out. They were just kind of random, but nevertheless, they were all done today. And I'm hoping that they're helpful to someone out there. Maybe you just need a little bit more confidence into getting into this industry. I don't know. I'm just hoping that it does help someone though. You know, I don't want to be that person to be like, oh yeah, you know, I watch, ouch, I watched such and such video and it helped me build my confidence to do these repairs. You know, because of course, if someone else ain't claiming that, you know, I don't want to put it on them that, you know, like I'm actually claiming that I am not that good at this, right? So I'm telling you guys to watch, and this will help build your confidence. You know, maybe somebody else don't want to admit that, so I don't want to go out and say, well, such and such gave me the confidence to do it, because that might be, you know, they might feel like I'm trying to downplay what they're doing, and I'm not trying to do that. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's hook up power to this thing and connect up our HDMI port or cable. Let's go ahead and let's turn this other camera that we have up towards our screen over here. And let's see if we can see our screen a little bit. It hasn't stabilized yet, or it needs to be cleaned off. Maybe some of the yeah, it's kind of it's not A1 right now, but it's okay. Let's just go ahead and turn this thing on. Okay, and let's change input to number 4. Okay, we're on input 4 now, and let's see. Yep, and there it goes. So you guys can see that the console just turned on. I don't want to keep it up because the customer's information is on it, so that's why I hurried up and turn it off. But all I need to see is that logo, and that lets me know that we're good. We are good. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's finish putting this thing back together. Okay. I was almost forgetting one of these screws. Okay, so we have one screw in. And let's go ahead and put the bottom on here, and then we'll put the 2 screws that goes in the bottom on. And that's it for this console. That is a fix. I've been thinking about ordering some stickers, just some different stickers to put on these consoles. I have a few of my own, but thinking of something different. But let's go ahead and let's get our label printer up and running, and let's put a sticker on. Let's put a sticker on. Or maybe two. We'll do 2 stickers. Open the wrong one. Okay, let's get the number for this customer and put on here. Okay, I don't even know what number to use. See if I get a reply back fast enough that I can put the number on. Okay, so we did get the number, and we're gonna stick this number on here. Oh, we already have it. Okay, so let's open it and not it. Okay, found it. Okay, and that's it for this repair. That's it. All right, guys, so thanks for watching.